I've chosen to put into language and onto film a great deal of material, and I thought I'd just share some of the meta behind that. The first thing is, throughout my life, I've found it very difficult to have the kinds of conversations that I'd like to have with another human being. And as a substitute, I've discovered that the phone offers a similar kind of value, in the sense that one of the things I value most about talking with another person is that there is a space between the speaker and the witness, and the witness doesn't get to fully witness a thought or a word unless it's spoken in detail. And so I've always learned a lot through witnessing what I'm saying. Sometimes it's surprising. Other times it just gets to a point of clarity that's actionable. And so there's a deficit of that kind of conversation in our culture, particularly in a spontaneous nature. Most of the impulses that I have, if they're not put into words immediately, evaporate. And so it's not like I can schedule a time next Tuesday to explore an idea. By that time, that idea is gone. There are new ideas. And the second thing is a humility that if something is valuable and useful to me, it is almost certainly valuable and useful to someone at some point in time. And the audience, the listener, is the best judge of if and when and at what time they want to listen. And so by putting it up there, there are times when I put something up that may have a 1% audience, meaning 1% of the people that might stumble across it would find it useful. But it gives a menu of choice. And the final thing is, a number of things of this nature would have been great. I would have loved to have heard my thoughts as a younger boy or a younger man, and I didn't. And as I learn and grow, etc., it strikes me as somewhat tragic, the absence of elders, the absence of patiently going through things, that might help a child or an adolescent or a spiritual seeker of some kind to navigate some of this terrain. And in the awareness that I want that and didn't experience it, as a general rule, I like the idea of becoming what was missing for me for another, as a way of I guess, constructively responding, and showing responsibility for the culture that we want to live in. So that's the gist behind this approach, and the final thing is, for the majority of people for whom what I'm sharing in a given instance is not either the right timing or the right angle of perspective, etc., to be optimally beneficial. Almost nothing I read or receive is optimally beneficial for me. Sometimes I want, this different or that different, or I wanted more detail on this and it got missed over. But I find that if nothing is said, it stays unconscious. But if I listen to something and don't like it, I almost invariably replace it, in my mind at least, with something that I do or would like. And so I get value from consciously discarding all kinds of data, because I get to learn what I discard and what I watch, and I get to learn why. Why did I discard it? Why did I watch? And most importantly, I get clearer on what it is that I want and why. And so that also, I've been told that I have a unique perspective. And so it will stimulate a certain amount of thought. And it doesn't matter in my paradigm whether or not that thought is, no, I disagree with that because of this, and this gets clearer through the rebellion or the rejection. And someone saying, I like that, and springboarding forward. In terms of if we intelligently and consciously interact with information, both the rejection, the clarification, the modification, and the support all leads to greater consciousness, which is something that I generally enjoy.